Right side to his right, he gets the snap, throws it long down the near sideline. Chase Claypool with a diving grab for a touchdown for Claypool, the rookie out of Notre Dame. Make that number 8 on the year.
10-0 never felt so good. Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. Hit that subscribe button now, and if you'd like to support the channel, please consider joining our Patreon or tipping at the link below. We find ourselves in the Sunshine State for a little trip to the most baffling city to have a sports team for what looks on paper to be a heavy mismatch. 17-year vet Big Ben and the Steelers defense against rookie Jake Luton and the Jags. How will it play out? Only one way to find out. As is often the case, the unknown quarterback comes out and immediately completes a pair for gainers to Keelan Cole and James Robinson, and the Jaguars are in scoring range before the trains even left the proverbial station. Followed up with another run by Robinson, who looks to be a great player for them, and the Steelers are both in need of addressing their interior run D, as well as needing a stop very suddenly. Fortunately, Luton's overshooting on third. He's probably watching this hold on TJ, and they're kept out of the end zone, but Jacksonville grabs the lead 3-0. Did you bet on Jags scoring first on DraftKings? Heads up alert by my guy Marcus, I'm not the running back Allen, who grabs the nifty onside kick by the Jags. I always love aggression by a bad team, but I think I would have waited a little while to pull this one out if I were them. Alright, short field, let's get this thing going and take control. Oh, no? Of course not. Bad ball by Roethlisberger on third, and the Steelers drive sputters, but that's okay because they got the Bosd one, and as the announcers point out, he never misses anymore. And he promptly misses. Is this really going to be one of those days? Great closing speed by the Rook Highsmith on this failed screen attempt leads to the exact same thing on the next play, except the Jags coach hit the right trigger before clicking the play, and the D is right back off the field. Backed up on their own 5, and James Conner takes the tote and cuts outside as if to tell all the people in my comments what I've been saying for weeks, and that's that he is far from the biggest problem with the run game, and we're out of the hole and on the move. Nice pair of rhythm throws by Benjamin to Diontae and then Claypool, and don't look now, but the Pittsburgh Steelers got 3 receivers doing wide receiver 1 type things on a weekly basis. Great anticipation by 7, who throws this one before Chase even thinks about his break. Classic Coach Randy with a run on second and long leads to a tipped pass on third and the sad death of yet another early drive. Back to the Jags offense and Jake Luton, who's now booting and escapes a bit of an ouch as Bud and TJ make a bread sandwich, but the Jags can go nowhere and punt it right back. Well, fortunately it's not a big yikes play like the punts usually are on 5-Star Matchup, but still, I think Ray might be getting a hair overconfident. Check out how much room is around him when he catches this. There's no teal within 15 yards of him, and he somehow ends up with a return of only a couple. I love the home run ability, Ray, but sometimes it's okay to take a double. With that, we're on to the second, and hopefully it's better than the first. Because Bionic Ben loves nothing more than making our dreams come true, he instantly makes it better with this laser beam from his surgically reconstructed blaster cannon, and Diontae goes up and gets it. Great pitch and catch. Another timing throw to chase the bank, and you better make sure that LLC paperwork is fired because we're officially in business. Gotta pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming here as the Steelers run a beautiful screen to the running back for what seems like the first time in years, and I'm not sure why this can't be a consistent part of the offense. A long time ago in a land far, far away, the Steelers were once kings of this. Frustrating sequence kills the drive as McFarland gets a pair of handoffs directly up the gut for a total of 2, and Ben can't convert on third because of a beautiful coverage play by Daniel Thomas. Thankfully, the Boss Man may miss 1, but he never misses twice in a row, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. Back to the defense now, and did they ever figure out who the Scranton Strangler was? Because I'm pretty sure it's the guy with his arms wrapped around TJ Watt's throat. Near pick by Nelson falls to the ground, but the Jags are right back off the field. Another week, another Hines Ward impression by Juju, who spins around, takes it outside, and puts his shoulder directly through this poor DB's soul for a gainer with a personal foul tacked on for good measure. In control now, Big Ben wonders aloud if James Washington has the greatest wingspan to height ratio of any skill player in the NFL and finds out quickly that the answer is indeed yes. Call up Hank Hill because Ben is firing up the propane grill right now. Speaking of cooking, Big Ben uses his 1,000-yard dad stare to freeze this poor helpless safety and slings a damn seed to chase the bank Claypool for his 10th damn touchdown in 10 games, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are back out in front. Somebody call up Pro Football Focus and ask him if Large Benjamin was holding him back on this perfectly placed laser to the Offensive Rookie of the Year. We may never know how or why 10 receivers were drafted before the bank, but we will enjoy that fact for a long, long time. More frustrating run D as Vince crashes too far inside, leaving Joe Hayden to set the edge, and Robinson grabs a chunk. Tack on an idiotic personal foul by Steven Nelson, and infuriatingly, the Jags are on the attack. Steelers defense bafflingly leaves the Jags' best receiver DJ Chark by himself, and he picks up a giant chunk. Things get a bit chippy here as Mike Hilton barely misses a great tackle, and Conley takes it for a first, but Minka hits him with a double leg takedown with a little extra sauce, and he takes exception to it. Either way, Jags are officially in the red zone, and that sets up a very early 5-star
play of the game.
2nd down 9 for the Jags at the 11 of the Steelers. Shotgun snap. Luton back. Big rush. Batted into the air, and the pass is intercepted. Minka has it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's knocked down by Robinson as he gets out over the 35-yard line near the 40.
I say it every week, but with this defense, if they keep things in front of them, eventually bad things are going to happen for the offense. And happen they do, as Luton's pass is tipped at the line by Alu, and you already know who's going to be under it, just like a little bit of mustard under a burger. It's Minka Fitz, who snatches it and brings it back to the 40. I don't need to say anything about the greatness of 39 at this point, but this game is officially changed. Time to add on here as Connor takes a handoff and pulls a little and reverses field following a devastating block by Big Ben, who pancakes 2 dudes and makes something out of nothing. Hey PFF, can Daniel Jones do this? 3rd and 10 and gotta have it, so of course Diontae just runs right past this hopeless DB, and patient as ever, Ben gets it to him with pressure right in his face. The last couple weeks have started to answer my one question mark about Johnson, which is consistency, and with 2 100-yard games in a row, the answer is a good one. Speaking of number 18, more wide receiver 1 type things here as he maintains his focus through contact and a deflection to snag a huge gainer and almost scores in the process. You'd love to have the touchdown on the stat sheet, but you'll take a 1st and goal from the 1. Linebackers beware because, ooh, that's Snell. Can't you smell that? Snell. Benny turns on the Jets and plows in for the 6, and spoiler alert, with Jake Luton on the other side, the Jags are cooked just about as perfectly and juicy as the turkey I'm gonna be eating on Thursday. Because he wants to prove me wrong, Jake, and I don't mean the guy from State Farm, rifles one to Chark. Because try as he might, I'm right. Jake Luton's again overshooting, and this time it's picked shockingly and amazingly by Cookie's favorite son, Terrell, who seems to even shock himself by hanging on to it. Love to see the progression in Terrell this year, and I hope today is a stepping stone for that guy. Nice play. Steelers catch him off guard on 3rd and 4, and they hand it to Connor, who rips him for 13, and Pittsburgh's looking for more. Ben decides to go the Chase Claypool PI route, and the DB happily obliges by undressing him more sloppily than a wino on a Saturday night, and forget 3, we're hunting for a TD. Because Ben is clearly thinking the same thing, we get a little no-no as he scrambles and lobs to the end zone, and yoink, it gets taken away by Thomas, who I think might have had a little push on J-Wash here, but no excuses, it's a bad throw by 7. At least 6 points left on the board between this play and the missed field goal, and you wonder how different this game feels with those on the board. Either way, we head into the half, Steelers up 17-3. Hey, you. Are you thinking to yourself, oh, my team doesn't play this Sunday, what am I going to do with myself, and how am I going to stay awake? Well, I've got the perfect answer for you, and it starts with draft and it ends with Kings. Just like everyone that matters in sports media, I'm here to tell you that DraftKings has brought their expertise to legal sports betting. It's a legitimate sportsbook based right here in the United States, so you can rest assured that your funds are totally secure. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Download and sign up using the promo code 5STAR. DraftKings is offering all new users a deposit bonus up to $1,000 when you use the promo code 5STAR. Head over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and check out all they have to offer, including player props, live betting, and so much more. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app. They're offering millions of dollars in total prizes every single week. After the Steelers do nothing on the opening possession, another nice little cutback run by Robinson gets 10, and the middle linebackers need to get better. You wonder when Avery will get a real chance. Good throw by Luton to hit Eifert in stride as he just gets away from Edmonds, and the Jags are driving again. That's okay though, because our D-line is the best in the game, and they respond with a tip by Do It To It himself on 2nd, and a ferocious sack on 3rd by the same number 91, and it's time to put Ben and the boys back on the field. A little Benny Snell football on this gotta have it 3rd and 1 as he refuses to take no for an answer, and you love to see it. I'm not as concerned on the run game as many, but if you can grab these consistently, that's what's most important. Drive would stall, and we're back to the Jags offense just in time for a great sequence by a great D. Chark grabs 8 on a good bobbling catch, but on 2nd and 2, Bud and the boys stop Robinson for 1, and on 3rd, Tuitt and Dupree turn Luton into a big sweaty panini and the D gets off. When you can get off on 2nd and 2s, you got yourself a real defense. Looks like an obvious first down conversion by Johnson to me here, but he's ruled short. Refusing to live in his fears, Tomlin rolls the dice and James delivers on another shifty and quick run to the outside, again proving he's the least of the problems with the run game. Bonus points for the straight, disrespectful stiff arm at the end. Drive stalls after a negative run on 1st and false start on 2nd. Curious play calling after the rhythm passing game was getting going so well, but I guess that's Coach Randy for you. This time, TJ runs by the tackle faster than he can even grab another hold and forces Luton to lob a quick duck that falls harmlessly to the ground, and we're on to the final stanza. 3rd and 10, and I didn't know The Undertaker was a pass rusher on the Steelers as Jake the Snake gets chokeslammed ruthlessly to the ground by the richest man in the universe, and it's back to the offense who needs to slam this door shut. Great ball by Ben to give Claypool a chance, but the closest ref might be that blind old lady from My Cousin Vinny because she misses an extremely obvious PI on the defender who grabs a whole lot of Chase's jersey and no flag flies. Maybe the dude was just trying to throw it up on eBay? That's okay though, because on 3rd, it's 3 on 2, and our extra man just so happens to be a very, very friendly Abrontosaurus who converts in the clutch yet again. Another shot to the bank who draws a PI, this time it's called, and the Steelers are nearing Boz territory for that all-important 3-score lead. Big men shouldn't be able to move like this, but Chase pulls the obligatory whop for a nice gain on 1st, but unfortunately Juju steps awkwardly on a rogue penalty flag and limps off with an injury. Here's hoping he's okay, but boy, don't we all love the refs. Unfortunate moment here as the 17-year vet doesn't have the play set and with his full disposal of timeouts doesn't take one and instead throws an awkward little screen to Connor that has 0 chance. But fear not, because the Bosman cometh and the Steelers have built the seemingly insurmountable 3-score lead. 20-3, Pittsburgh. Wanted to show this awesome catch by Robinson, who impressed me greatly today. Follow that up with an actually great throw by Luton to Eifert, and there's nothing the Steelers love doing more than delaying our gratification. Luckily, they always seem to know when the time is right, and that time is now, as Cookie's favorite son gets an arm up and tip drills it to himself for his 2nd pick of the day, and he's officially tripled his career pick total in one day. Mentioned it earlier, but so happy to see the growth pay off for Edmonds this year. Over on offense, Seven's surprisingly still slinging it, and he gets this one to Ray for a first, followed a couple plays later by this icy cold play-action dagger to the Abrontosaurus, who is just a damn dog in the red zone. Love the way he continues to fit on this team both physically and emotionally. Didn't expect this one, but hey, I'll take it as Large Benjamin grabs his 9th multi-score game of the year. Sensing the moment, on the button Sutton tries to wrap this one up with a pick-sixer, but just barely misses. And Luton decides to press his luck, but he throws it just a little too close to Minka, and whammy. It's the 2nd pick of the day for Mr. Fitzpatrick, and Luton has officially thrown more picks than the Jags have scored points. A bunch of runs and a nice stop by Alex Highsmith, who continues to impress every time he gets on the field, and suddenly it's Mason Rudolph time. And nobody, I mean nobody, runs the quarterback kneel better than number 2. A trio of those run the clock to zeros and say it with me. Your Pittsburgh Steelers are 10-0. Slow start today, and this game plan reeked of a coaching staff trying to get right against an inferior opponent. While I'm displeased with just about everything about the offensive play calling, particularly as it pertains to a few 2nd and long runs, what does it say that we can, at this point, be disappointed about a 24-point win on the road, regardless of the opponent? At the end of the day, this was a 2nd spanking in a row and a 10th win in a row. Could the run game get better? Sure. Could the offense get off to faster starts? Absolutely. But as Coach T has said, nothing is perfect about us. Except our record. And that record, ladies and gentlemen, is 10 wins, 0 losses. Here we go. If you're still here, make sure to follow us on Twitch, where I've been doing some random fun streams and I can interact even more. Or you can become a Patreon sub and get some goodies. Or you can throw us a buck or two at the tip link below. Or you can order one of our shirts for that special somebody. Or you can just keep watching because your eyeballs are the best. Thanks for watching and have a nice holiday.